I do videos. Yeah, YouTube and Lively.
What are you doing a video for YouTube for? Like, what's the purpose of your video?
Well, see, we as Americans, we consciously know things are pretty messed up, right? But no one ever does the homework or research to really understand what it is, but then to change their life, to give up something they want to do. For 12 years, I coached soccer.
Oh, yeah.
I have three boys, probably your guys' age. I got a 25-year-old, I got an 18-year-old, and I got a 15-year-old. And I know one day they're going to grow up to be men. But one day I hope to have grandchildren. And no matter what, if I don't show my boys how to be what a man should be,
And what's the thing of what's a man to you?
to me a man is that stands for something. I stand for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I be the person who God intended my life to be, not the person who the world wants me to be. See, when people look at me, they think I'm a thug, I'm a drug addict, I'm this miscreant that is up to no good.
Yeah.
But that's not who I am in my heart. But at one point in my life, I became that person who they thought I was. But see, when I started to grow up and I started to mature, at some point, when does a man grow up? What does a kid in elementary talk about? Video games, football, or maybe MMA. They get to high school, MMA, girls, and video games. And then men, video games, life, work, and sports. But at some point, when did they take on the role of doing the hard work that needs to be done? See, today in America, the American people believe they live in a democracy, which the way this country was framed, it's not a democracy, it's a republic. But because of the indoctrination that we've had in America, we've been acclimated to think that we live in a democracy like Mexico or a socialist country that government grants rights and gives out stuff. But if you look at Venezuela, Venezuela is a failed state. People can't live in basic necessities. See, the way that America was founded was that man was granted certain liberties from God. But in having a country with checks and balances comes great responsibility to the individual. America was founded and framed that there was responsibility to each and every one of us as adults. But in having that responsibility comes power. But what we've done, we've relinquished that power and we gave it to our government. We said, we're not responsible for our lives and we can't govern our lives. You do it for us. Give me welfare, give me food stamps, give me Section 8, or give me all these freebies. But let me ask you guys, where does free come from? Where does money come from?
The government, from the valid people who work.
Okay, this is what America has wrong with it. And this is because of the education that we got in our educational system. If America allows, and men and women allow their government to grant rights, government, the essence of government, only take them away from us. Don't people feel today they fear their government? They see a cop and they automatically think that there's going to do something to them. Why? Because we have fear. If you have fear, you're a slave. But in order to be free, the way the country of America was, it comes responsibility. So,
America was never free.
oh yes, it was. Okay, let me ask you a question. You could go back 2,000 years ago, 2017 years ago, when Christ was born. Go back 10,000 years before that.
No matter what, and through time, there
Yeah.
was certain people who were slaves.
Oh yeah.
Like the African Americans, and like with all the Jews, like everything that happened, no matter what, through the history, the crazy stuff happened. It's even better than how it was before.
Okay, you guys remember in the Bible when Moses, you guys seen the movies, God spoke to Moses, said, go let my people free. God don't want you to be a slave. So
didn't.
God told Moses to go tell Pharaoh to let his people go. But Pharaoh didn't want to do it because Pharaoh got power. Okay, how do we do that? Putting God first. God freed them all. So throughout this time, like I said, 10,000 years ago to 2,000 years ago and to 250 years ago, man was always governed and man was never free.
But if you look at it this way too, people like you and other people, they have the right to be governed or not to be governed. Do you understand? Like they have the right to go to school, get their diploma or whatever. and have the right to do their own job. They don't have to be living off the government. You know, everybody takes on what they want to be or who they want to be in life.
Okay, let me ask you a question. I need you to honestly answer this question. Where do rights come from?
They come from the Constitution. They list all the rights of the people that live in America.
I could show you the Constitution right there, and I want you to find me anywhere that says that you have the right to anything. You won't find it in the Constitution
You
or
don't
the
have the
Bill
right
of
to
Rights.
everything.
It doesn't say that at all.
Anywhere you go in this world, you don't have the right to do whatever you want.
Why not?
Because it's the government. If people had the right to do whatever they wanted, the world would be very corrupt and it would be crazy.
No. Okay. Like I said, 250 years ago, well, actually 240 years ago.
But if 240 years ago, there was kings and queens who ruled over other people,
Yeah.
and people at least have a little bit more chance of doing what they want to do. Do you understand?
Okay, but from where? Where are you getting that from? What do you mean that people got more opportunity today than then?
Porque back then, if you were a slave,
Yeah.
you stayed a slave.
Yeah.
Here, if you want to change your life, you could go and get a higher
Okay.
education.
What's here?
What's your one?
America? Is that what you're saying? Here in America?
Here in America.
Okay. What
in
made
it-
America different than any other country then?
That people would be able to go higher than the low. You can't. If you wanted to do something in your life,
Yeah.
you could go high, you know?
Yeah, you have the opportunity.
Yeah, you have the
Yeah.
opportunity to get more money, to be better off.
But see, in having that opportunity comes responsibility.
See, but that's to each person. To each person, like you, that's their responsibility.
Yeah,
if they
each and every person, yeah.
If they want to have that
But
responsibility.
what is we as people done? We relinquished our responsibility and we gave it to government. So like what you said, if we are not free, all kinds of bad things would happen. No. If people were free, you have opportunity. When government gets in the way, you have less opportunity.
I'm telling you, if we had the opportunity to do whatever we wanted, everybody would be crazy. That's why the laws and everything, like this government, it stops people from doing crazy stuff. Do you understand me? It puts a wall for the people not to do more major crazy stuff, like killing somebody. Because if they kill somebody or do anything, they know in their mind, oh, what if I get caught? My freedom is gonna get taken away, you know.
Okay.
So it's better like that.
Okay,
If you
look
have the freedom, people take advantage of
No,
freedom and they do
Real
crazy stuff.
freedom comes responsibility. Okay, the United States
I'm
Constitution.
gonna tell you something. Not all people are responsible. You might think a certain way, but nobody in the world thinks just like you.
Oh, I know. Okay. See, the United States Constitution, and you could talk to your teachers, you could find me any professor that knows about constitutionality of government and society. The United States Constitution is the instrument of the people to restrain its government. The Bill of Rights, the rights that you talked about right now, it doesn't say that anywhere. I can show you. I got a constitution right there. What it is, it's a binding contract to hold back the government the liberty that man was granted to them by their God. That's why it says it in the Declaration of Independence. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Yeah, rights come from God. Whenever you allow man or government to grant you rights, all they're ever going to do is take them away. See, America changed the world. There's only been two good republics that was in mankind and society. And 204, the first one was ancient Rome, Greece. And in due time, because people relinquished that responsibility and gave it to government, well, they lost it. And that's what we today have lost.
And what responsibility do you want to inhabit by making decisions?
Self-government. Self-government.
What's your self-government like?
It's responsibility. I have to go to work and provide for my family. I have to educate myself. Okay, is education a right?
Yeah.
It's not a right.
You have the right to go to school.
It's not a right.
You have the
No,
right to go to school.
you don't have the right to go to school. You don't.
How do you?
Because rights are not granted to you by man. Is healthcare a right? Healthcare is not a right neither. If I can show you the United States Constitution, it's Bill of Rights. Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion, the exercise thereof, the freedom of speech, the freedom of press, the exercise of the people or redress of grievances. The Second Amendment says you have the right to bear arms. You know why it's important that we all get to bear arms and do that? You know why they said that you should have a gun?
Why?
Because if anybody that chooses to come do you harm, you should be able to protect yourself. even your own government. That's why we have these rights. And then, okay, like wiretapping today. We got the NSA and they spy on us with all your smart technology, your phone, your emails, and all those type of things.
Do you have evidence of them spying on us?
Oh, I can show you all kinds of stuff. Go get your phone. I'm one of the few people in the world that still don't got a phone. Go get your phone and I'll show you guys all the evidence.
Tell me why you don't have a phone.
I just don't want one.
How do you put your things on social media?
I got a YouTube and Live Lead account, and then I put it up through the internet.
Through what?
Huh?
Through what?
Through, I don't know, Google.
But how do you go on Google without using the internet?
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to use the internet.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling you. You said you don't like.
I don't have a phone, I said.
You don't have any. Do you have a computer?
Yeah, I got a phone. I got a computer.
Then how do you know they're not spying on you?
Oh, they are. I've had the FBI go to my work and ask questions about me.
Why?
Because of what the knowledge I'm trying to get out to you guys. See, I think if I educate the public, if you get educated and you get the knowledge, what I know, if I could get you to look up anything that I'll share with you guys on my videos, I know for a fact what you'll end up doing is you're going to share it with your mom, your sister, your loved ones. And if we educate and empower the individual, we can evoke change. But as long as the people don't know, it's not necessarily our fault.
It's because you've been talking to me for a cool minute, and you haven't gave me any type of information of what you're trying to get out to the public.
Well, what do you want to know about?
Well, what you're doing, you're trying to give a certain type of a message to the public. I still haven't understood it.
Well, okay, like right now, okay, I was going to start doing this video about little boys being little girls. Okay, do you think that we should call a man a woman just because he wants to put lipstick on and put fake breasts on himself and stuff like that?
Well, that's their own choice.
That man is mentally confused, right? He was born a man.
I'm going to tell you something. That's where you have it wrong. God gave us the freedom to do whatever we wanted, to go our own way. Mm-hmm. And now you're telling people that just because they put breasts, or guys, if they're bisexual, if they put hair or they try to look like a girl, because that's what they like to do and that's how their sexuality feels, it's wrong.
See, it is wrong.
It's not wrong. You go to
Is it judging wrong too? Because what you just said, when a boy wants to be a girl, you looked at me like, just because I have long hair?
No, not you, dude. I'm talking about you. You're a guy, dude. I'm not.
Well, you said it like I want to be a girl because
no,
I have long hair.
I didn't say that you're a girl. I didn't.
You just said that right now.
No,
you looked at me.
Well, because you're the only male here.
And I have long hair. What does that have to do with anything?
You have a hat. Hey, dude, I'm not being disrespectful to you. I mean nothing disrespectful to you. I promise. With all my heart. I love you guys, dude. I really do.
No, I have to tell you something. You're saying that people who put fake breasts or whatever, it's wrong. But doesn't it say in the Bible that God loves us how we are and how we supposed to be?
Yeah.
So exactly. So why is that wrong? If God loves us, why should He care what we feel and what we should desire?
You read the Bible?
I read the Bible.
You go to church?
And I go to church 3 days a week.
Okay, so
I'm not ignorant about this Bible.
Okay.
Thing.
God made man and woman to what?
A man and woman, but
to what?
See,
to procreate.
I'm gonna tell you something.
And to populate the earth. So if two men are together, how is the species of human race gonna
I'm gonna
move
tell
on?
you something. There's so many millions and billions of people in this earth. Just because a certain individual wants to feel like he should take a different path in his life, doesn't mean this world is gonna stop populating. There are so many other individuals that could populate, and they could adopt, they could do whatever they want.
Okay.
And see, that's a total wrong idea.
Okay.
What you're taking
Okay,
to
you're saying if a man wants to identify himself as
See,
a
your
woman or
mentality-
a
That's
man.
his life.
Yeah, that's his life.
Leave him
You're-
alone.
Okay.
That's his
No,
life.
wait,
How about-
your
why try to
wait.
stop him?
Okay,
Your
how about
mentality
if
is wrong.
Okay, how about in the Quran, in the Quran with the Muslim faith, it says their prophet Muhammad said that a man can marry a woman at the age of 2 years old. It says in the Quran
It didn't?
that a man could marry his first cousin. Natural in nature, when you got two first cousins gonna have a baby.
I'm gonna tell you something. If you read the Bible so much, you would have to know that we're all brothers and sisters. We came from Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
That civilization started to descend from Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
So we're basically all brothers and sisters. So if you say that's wrong, then you're not against the Bible. That's a
No,
total
I'm
different
for the
idea.
Bible.
No,
Okay,
that's a
how
total
about if
different idea
how
of
about
the
if
Bible.
men want to sleep with little girls? Is that okay?
Well,
That's
see,
the way he feels.
I'm gonna tell you something. Whatever you're hearing, you have to go to basic logic. She's little. She doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't know what she feels.
Yeah.
If a grown man like you tries to abuse of her, that's totally wrong.
Yeah, it is, huh?
You don't have the
see-
mentality she does.
Okay, but that's the way he feels.
Who feels?
These pedophiles.
But I'm telling you, everybody has
Pedophile is different than anything else.
Everybody,
That's just the way they feel. They identify themselves
There's a
that.
guy that will probably like a younger woman for who
Yeah.
she is, and there's a
But a
pedophile
child.
who will want a child and go to the next child and the next
Yeah.
child. There's a difference between that. You
But-
can't just say he's gonna rape her and.
But okay,
I'ma
but
tell you
what's the
some- I'ma tell you
difference?
some- wait,
But
I'ma
what's
tell-
the difference
wait,
between you
let me
said
talk.
that a man that feels in the inside that he's a woman, or a woman that feels in the inside
But there's a
that
difference
she's.
from a person being gay and a person being a pedophile, because a pedophile knows that he's doing wrong, but tries to hide it.
No, they
A
don't
gay-
think that. They think it's
just,
okay.
Just leave
No,
them. That's
some
his
people-
mentality. You have a whole different mentality of the Bible and whatever you're trying to send to the public.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea. You're telling people what they feel is wrong. This society is bound whatever they want to feel, and what there's gays could marry gays.
But
I
then
don't
you're
know now
you're letting
should never
man
judge a person. That's
change
all I
the
gotta say.
definition
I'ma
of
tell you something.
marriage.
Everybody thinks a different way, and whoever they want to become, that's their own choice.
But
you can't.
but
stop
you're
them from
allowing
doing it.
man to change the definition of marriage and gender. See, those are your kids, people. That's what they've done to you guys. Do you hear what's wrong? I don't know what else I could tell you guys. She just got my card and she ripped it up in 2 pieces. See, that's why it says Benjamin Franklin, being ignorant is not so much a shame as being unwilling to learn. They're unwilling to learn. That's sad, dude. And you guys want to know why we're in trouble.